An overly trusting family, a vicious criminal, and a little boy's murder. Today's video is about 8-year-old Jamie Lavis, who failed to return home on the evening of May 5th, 1997. Jamie was a regular kid from Openshaw, Manchester, who liked to play outside in his free time. His family described him as a mischievous lad with a cheeky grin. But that grin wouldn't last long because things would turn dark as he boarded a bus on a bank holiday, never to return. Little did he know that it would take his family 2 agonizing years to see him again, but not alive. Then entered Darren Vickers, the driver of the bus on which Jamie was last seen. He approached the Lavis family, stating he was haunted by the knowledge that he had been the last person to witness the young boy alive. Vickers claimed he wanted to help the family find little Jamie. He went on media appeals with the family and somehow moved into their home during the ordeal. It was almost like Vickers was a part of the family and even slept in their bed. But why was he so invested in the issue? Was this the case of a good Samaritan helping a distressed family, or a wolf in sheep's clothing? Stay tuned as we dive into the story of Jamie Lavis and reveal the chilling secret behind it. Jamie was not home when the family sat down for dinner at around 5 o'clock. But nobody assumed the worst because he enjoyed playing outside for long hours. However, sometime after dinner, concern crept in. It was 8 p.m. and there was no sign of little Jamie. So, the Word family went outside to check for him. Initially, they assumed Jamie had lost track of time or was at a friend's house. But after many hours of questioning and searching, they realized nobody had seen him that evening. Now, it was time to contact the authorities. Everyone who lived near the Lavis residence was informed of the tragic news as soon as the police arrived. The whole neighborhood joined in on the search for days, but in vain. The Lavis family and the police broadcast a public appeal on national television for any information that could help because time was of the utmost importance. Surprisingly, within a few minutes, the station was overrun by incoming phone calls that shared a similar story. The people had seen Jamie hanging out at the bus stop and boarding the Route 219 bus at around 10:30 a.m. One family member said he might have boarded the bus to buy his mother a birthday present, but little did he know he would never come back home nor get the chance to celebrate it. Everyone was aware of the Lavis family since they had appeared on television, including the people in the surrounding parameters. Many approached them with information on sightings. One of them was Darren Vickers. He went up to Jamie's older sister and described his appearance. He asked if Jamie was wearing a dark blue Reebok tracksuit that day. His sister immediately told him that was exactly what Jamie had been wearing. There was a ray of hope because they had found someone who remembered such a specific detail. Had Darren seen the boy somewhere or interacted with him? How did he remember him so specifically? Keep watching to find out. Darren Vickers was the driver of the Route 219 bus. He claimed that Jamie had purchased a bus saver and spent the entire day staring out the window. Darren then recalled dropping him off at the station where he had initially picked him up. But there was something fishy. The authorities realized the man was bluffing because kids his age were not permitted to buy daily savers under British transit regulations. Everyone could see through the cracks in Vickers' story, and this made him the primary suspect in the case. But the Lavis family was blinded by his determination to bring their son back home alive. He had gained their trust, to the point that they even let him move in with them. He spent all of his time with the family, checking out any potential sightings that the public might have alerted the police to. Witnesses from the Route 219 bus informed the police that Darren had lied about his interactions with Jamie on that particular day. They claimed that Jamie was playing on the bus and sitting beside the bus driver, selling tickets and changing gears. So they assumed he was linked to the driver. The authorities were sure Darren had done something to win Jamie's confidence and make him feel at ease. And the truth was revealed when they got their hands on CCTV footage from that fateful day. After reviewing the footage, they discovered Darren had made a fool of everyone from the start. He was observed getting off the bus, walking over to Jamie and talking to him while toying with his hair. Later, the two of them left together. The authorities immediately checked Vickers' records and discovered he was a pedophile ex-convict. He was brought in for interrogation, but the Lavis family was furious. They demanded his release and said he was like family to them. The boy's mother even informed the media that the police had utterly failed in their duty and had only detained Darren to appear effective. Despite their conviction that he was guilty, the police had to release him since they lacked enough evidence. Authorities found it impossible to communicate with the family due to their previous reaction to the arrest. Luckily, Darren had prior driving offenses, and they took advantage of it to bring him back to the cells. It was time to give the Lavis family a reality check. After a few hours of talking to the authorities, the Lavis family finally realized they had not only been fooled, but had also invited the devil into their home. Shortly after his arrest, teenagers crowded the police station to report their traumatic interactions with Vickers. They informed the police that he had previously made friends with them and tried to lure them into the woods using alcohol and cigarettes. When the police went to the Lavis family for an update, they were not expecting to hear of a case similar to Jamie's from his older brother John. The 11-year-old described his painful experience, claiming that Darren took him to the woods a few days after moving into the family home and told him that this was where his brother was, and if he spoke to anyone, he would find himself in the same place. The chilling confession terrified the young man into silence, and he couldn't tell his parents about it. After days of searching in the woods, they discovered tarp-wrapped clothing near a golf field that was exactly Jamie's size. A small human jaw shockingly fell out as they unwrapped for forensic testing. A few days later, they found more pieces, all belonging to Jamie. This confirmed Darren's crimes. A member of society whose duty was to safeguard passengers had ruthlessly taken a child's life. The jury sat in disbelief as they listened to Darren's unending lies during his testimony. He asserted his innocence on all counts and claimed Jamie's father killed him. However, he was unable to provide a convincing explanation for his claims. The police said Darren purposely approached and picked up Jamie from the station, knowing what he had planned for the young lad. In addition, he had allowed him to do as he liked all day long, so he would easily get into his vehicle afterward. Tragically, Jamie was never taken home. Instead, he was lured into the woods where he met a horrifying end. Darren Vickers was found guilty and given a life sentence with a minimum of 25 years in jail after 7 weeks of review. Shortly after his sentencing, he privately admitted to the chief investigator that he had committed all the crimes they had suspected. In October 2022, the now 56-year-old offender has served his mandatory 25-year prison term, making him eligible for a release evaluation. The Secretary of State for Justice sent Darren's case to the parole board following the law, and they conducted a review. The panel was responsible for deciding if he could be transferred to an open jail or released under supervision. However, as stated in the parole board decision summary, neither of these options appeared suitable for the heinous criminal. 25 years later, this still remains the most chilling child murder in Greater Manchester's history. What followed was the tragic result of misplaced trust and the family's determination to get justice for their little one. The wounds from this horrible event will never completely heal, but Jamie's memory remains a reminder to stay vigilant in the face of evil. And just like I always say, remember to stay safe out there.